Hey Techno Freaks, TeknoOdin here, and welcome to Predator Hunting Grounds. Today, we're going to try something a little different. We are going to analyze one of my matches. This is going to be a scout match, and to be honest, it's not my best work. But that's the beauty of it. Analyzing mistakes and seeing what we can do to better ourselves is what everyone should do. Recording your video and checking out what you could have done better is one of the best ways to actually improve. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing you're going to see me do is check the map for where I spawn. Once I know where I'm spawning and once I know where I need to go, I'm going to go straight and use that knowledge to look for certain tells in the area to maybe find what the mission is. But the main thing is to look for the radio. If I know where the radio is, I know where the fire team will be heading if I take any of them out. So while I'm looking for the radio and looking for the tells, I'm also making sure that I'm going to sound the alarms in these camps. This is just standard Predator play. So I'm making my way over to this water tower area because one of the radio spawn points is around here, and if you notice, if I just go back, you can see to the left of me a little laptop. There is your tell. So because that's there, I probably should have put a trap down, but at the same time there were a lot of NPCs, so that could have wasted my trap. So anyway, we're back here and sadly not there, and unfortunately I run into the fire team, and this is where panic stations hit. So as you see, I throw a burr trap in a blind panic and stick it straight to the fence. Luckily, this is actually going to prove a bit of a godsend later on. But for now, this is a dumb move. Once they've all kind of gone past, I make sure I leap to the tree and make sure I'm out of sight. I then go and try and get a good rough estimate where they are, but again, I've made a mistake and thrown the motion detector to an area it's not going to help. So I'm running out of energy, so I'm going to have to probably come out and start letting the bar rise. While I do that, I'm making sure I'm looking for boars. Now you see there, this is where I'm going to pause again because I see two boars. Two boars are to my left. This is where I need to go and kill a boar to make sure I have something to heal because I don't have a first aid kit. I run burr trap and motion detector because that is my best setup. I use the burr trap and the motion detector to keep tabs on where enemies are and sort of control the space, and I use boars to heal. So I'm getting ready to engage, and in hindsight this is actually a dumb play. I shouldn't have done this, but I'm going to throw a trap down and go for my bow and pick off whoever gets trapped. Unfortunately, the trap gets taken off and I get discovered because I'm not cloaked. Like I said, not my best work. But again, it's one guy shooting at me, it's not too problematic. Unfortunately, I do not get... I've got to pause it here. So, one thing I didn't do well, outside of what we've done so far, I'm pausing it now, because what could I have done better? Well, one, I was firing at a support. Now the support has a minimum of 175 HP and a maximum of 190. The charged shot of a downrange perked infused bow is about 80 on the body. 2 body shots is not going to down him. I needed headshots and I didn't aim correctly, so I didn't get my headshots and then I fell down. Once I've fallen down, I go straight into a panic. I switch to my smart disc and try to get a few pop shots, and I nearly die here. I'm in a blind panic and I make a silly few mistakes, and I just barely get out with my health. The reason I even got out of that was because of that burr trap. I made a few jumps and the guy who was chasing me got caught in that mistaken burr trap. So right now I'm just going to look for the radio. I'm going back to my game plan, and maybe I will heal if I can find the boar. Unfortunately, so far I'm not finding the radio, so I just make one crazy thought of, right, Where is it going to be? Where's this radio going to be? It's not been in anywhere so far. And I'm right next to this camp. I'm praying it's in this camp. Because if it's not, I have to go all the way down to the southeast. And that's going to waste even more time. As you can see, it's here. So I've placed my trap down. Now I need to heal. Now we know there's 2 boars already down there, but I don't really want to go all the way back there just in case they're trying to get me. So this I don't agree with. Like, personally, this is silly. This is silly by me. Like, that was a lot of time wasted. Now I notice. Now we're going to stop here for a second. If you notice then in the map, they have killed a boar. That sounds great, right? And it is pretty much. It's one of the dumbest things a fire team could do, unless they know you're pretty low on health, that they assume you're looking for a boar because you don't have heals, which is the case. I'm going to skip it a bit because basically for the next couple of minutes is me basically waiting out their little trap because they've got a mission to do. I don't. I can wait. So I hope that their patience isn't as good as mine and they start going to their mission. Okay, so we've skipped ahead and I'm just about the area where the boar is and they have gone to do their mission. I am a very lucky predator. Unfortunately, I'm not as lucky because, once again, one of my biggest complaints is that the boar can be kind of hard to relocate. If you know the general area, it's a little bit easier, but here I'm struggling so much because I've gone through the same marker 2 or 3 times and I didn't come across the boar. And by some shred of luck, I just notice it in the corner of my eye. But that little icon could be so much better. That could be showing from much, much farther away. But now we've healed up. We see a boar, but we don't really need it. I know the boar's down there, so I can go find it. I get really lucky here. I was not expecting... Right, so... that was unlucky. It's a bit of a learning curve, but the bow itself doesn't fire like a standard weapon fires in other games. Where the cursor aims is not the trajectory of the bow. For instance, that miss sailed over that lower team's head, and the second shot, I'm actually aiming to the left, and I get the headshot. You see, you have to aim a tiny bit to the left the closer you are, so I get a standard jump slam in that stops them from kind of getting that revive up. I'm pretty much free now to go and set up, and that setup is go back to the radio and set up my sensors because I know that these guys are going to be coming. They know I'm a little bit better than your standard predator. They haven't heard and seen a peep of me, and the first time they did, they almost got one of their guys downed, and the second encounter they did get one of their guys down. So we're going to skip just here because mostly now it's just waiting until they actually arrive. Okay, so we're coming close to the end. We can see our little guy going to be the hero, but as standard, he gets captured. Now, unfortunately, once again, I make a terrible shot. That was an assault. The assault has 150 health. The trap does about 15 damage. And as he's getting down, one headshot probably would have killed it. Unfortunately, I got another body shot, so I had to take 2 shots, and that got me into a bit more of a situation than I wanted to be. I still got the slam off, and now that they're about 2 people down, I can kind of go in and just claim the body. Now, I didn't bank on the amount of damage, so I get a bit of cover and leap. Now, I'm going to pause again just for this fact that I leaped here. They assume I'm running away because that's all I've done at the game. I've got a kill and I've ran. They don't exactly know where I actually leaped to because as I move to the side, where I am now was what they were looking at. So I leaped over and I've launched my disc. So as they're all coming, I get one sweet shot. I have to admit, I was really proud of that double disc attack. Then I go for the leap slam. This manages to take out one other guy, and there's only one left, and he activates the radio, but it's too late. I get my kills, I get my claims, game over, peace out. And since this is analysis, what I'm going to take out of it is my decision making was poor. I should have killed a boar or two and gone straight back to looking for the radio. I knew where their mission was, and I knew where they needed to be. I could have found the radio in time and got back, and I was still had full health. I could have easily just worn them down and taken things a bit slower, but I wasted too much time. Okay, that's it for this analysis video. If you like what you've seen and you want to see more of this type of video, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell thingy, and share this video. Also, if you guys want to see me try and analyze, say, other people's videos, let me know in the comment section below. But until that day, this has been TeknoOdin. Stay home, stay safe.